Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Maz and tonight I'm in King's Walk, Gloucester. And in tonight's video, I'm going to talk about the alternative car that I would have bought instead of this F-Type. Now, for those who don't know, I've purchased this F-Type tail end of 2022, and I've owned it now for just over 3 years. But that being said, there would have been a possibility that my current car isn't a Jaguar at all. And the reason I went for the F-Type is not only did I always want one, but also my previous car was a Jaguar, an XF. So what would have been the alternative car in question? It would have been the Porsche Cayman 2-litre. Now, after I told my dad that I was looking into getting an F-Type, he looked at the price point and his immediate suggestion was get a Porsche. And the only kind of Porsche that would fit into that price range without going too old that the tech would be dated would be a 2-litre Cayman. And I have looked into prices of a 2-litre Cayman before buying this F-Type. And unfortunately, the first reason why I didn't get a Cayman was the price point. There is definitely a Porsche tax, even on the entry-level car. And for a very low-spec 2017 2-litre manual, for the same price, I could get this late 2019 F-Type checkered flag edition with loads of options fitted. The second reason why I didn't get a Porsche is that, to quote Doug DeMuro, I'm not really a Porsche guy.
I am not a Porsche guy.
Here in the UK, it's sort of the obvious choice. It's kind of like the ready salted of sports cars. I'm sure to most people, the Cayman is a more suitable option. And I have driven a Cayman before, courtesy of Porsche Centre Swindon. And I did quite like the fact that there were two boots, one on the front and one on the back. But what I didn't like was the lack of access to the engine. And the issue with the Boxer 4 is that the pistons are horizontally opposed. So not only do you get twice as many camshafts, twice as many cylinder heads, but also axis is compromised. So in order to do anything engine related, with the exception of topping up the oil, the car has to be lifted. Unlike with this F-Type, where some of the basic engine stuff can be done just by opening the bonnet. The other reason why I didn't end up getting a Porsche Cayman is, just like Audi, you have to tick every single option to get the car you want. With the Jaguar, you get something called option packs. So you get the cold climate pack, for example, which sort of ticks 3 boxes in one go for you. So that would be the heated steering wheel, the heated front screen, and dual zone climate. Though if I had to be picky, is that the heated seats comes in a second climate pack option. But otherwise, much easier to spec the F-Type that you want. For example, on the Cayman, even basic cruise control is an option. And the fourth reason is, whilst I don't mind going back to a manual, my first car was a manual, but my second car was an automatic. Instead of having a traditional torque converter automatic, the Cayman uses a PDK, Porsche Doppelkupplungs, or Porsche dual clutch. And on stop-start traffic, compared to a traditional torque converter, they can be a bit lurchy. And more importantly, because there's basically 2 clutches in the car, it's a lot more expensive to maintain. The F-Type, meanwhile, uses the industry-leading ZF 8-speed automatic. And the 6-speed manual is only available on the 3-litre, which there are not many around. And personally, I do prefer the way the auto drives, in the case of the F-Type. And finally, this is subjective, but I personally prefer the way the F-Type looks. Whilst the mid-engine 2-seater layout is more superior in terms of driving dynamics, and in the case of the Cayman gives you 2 boots, I personally prefer the front-engine rear-wheel drive layout of the F-Type. Whilst it's definitely a sports car, it's also a very, very good Grand Tourer. And especially with the ZF 8-speed torque converter, it's absolutely relaxing on long motorway journeys. So that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching me talk about why I bought this F-Type instead of a Cayman. And if you are a Porsche Cayman owner, 2-litre or otherwise, and you would like your car featured on the channel, feel free to reach out. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you are new, ring the bell to stay up to speed, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.